Hello, and welcome to Medieval Dynasty. Well, we're now coming to the end of spring, so it's time we actually may as well just go to sleep. We'll wake up and it'll be a completely new season, because there's only 3 days of the season in this game. But then we can start from scratch with summer, and then hopefully, and I'll new recruitment over there, Barnum should pop up in our village, and maybe we can have a chance to have a bit more of a chat with Batilda and convince her to marry us this time. Let's have a look. Yay, there's Barnum, and he's on the roof. Some strange tree. What is he doing up there? I mean, you all usually come out and sort of like they usually just like stand outside the house, but I'm at a bit of a loss as to understand what he's doing up there. Anyway, I'll leave him to it. Let's have a chat with her. Possibly our future spouse here. So, as much as the new system that's come out has slightly changed things, from what I gather, if I want some exotic goods, I'm probably going to have to go quite a distance, and I'm probably going to need like a load of money. And this early into the game, that's something I don't have. So, let's see if we can just boost her affection. Oh, let's try that. See if we can see what opinions we can get out of her. See if we can try get a better understanding of what type of person she is. She certainly seems intelligent, that's for certain. Okay. Okay. Onion soup. Oh, let's see. She does have a sense of humour. No, she wasn't impressed by that joke. So that's not so bad. If it's, you know, she's not bothered or not interested, at least she's letting us talk to her. Well, let's try this one. Oh. Okay, so we're at 93. Oh no! She wants us to wait tomorrow. Okay, okay. We can wait. We can wait. Right, so it's now summer. So we've got our carrots grown here. We can't harvest them yet. If we go to management, farms. Let's have a look at the details. You can see there, it shows you they're in green, so they're still growing. So we planted those in the spring, and with the carrots it's going to take until autumn before they're ready to harvest. So when they're ready to harvest, that should pop up. Now, speaking of that, out of curiosity, let's see if we've got any more rot. Have a bit of a peek in here, because if we've got any food, actually that's a thought, I really need to make sure there's enough food for these people. There's very little. Now, wow, got 200 berries. I must admit, he's not going to get much done if he's just going to stand on the roof. Is it? Barnum over there, his job is to actually go out and just gather food. So there should be... Yeah, so it's summer, so they should be able to get berries in the summer. Yeah, so we can actually get berries in the summer, so that's a good thing. May as well cook the meat, but I am tempted to see if I can find somebody who's good at crafting. That's a thought. Actually, what are these two like? Because Matilda, she's at her best doing excavation, so she's off doing lumberjacks things. Barnum, on the other hand, he's into survival, so that's why we've got him gathering things. But I need somebody who's good at actually crafting. I like to get them at about 3, because I've noticed they do improve on those skills. It also affects the actual the mood that they're in. Because if they are doing something that they don't particularly like, they'll actually, I think they'll go off in a huff or something. But you can see this is just showing he's probably in the best place by doing that, because that's his highest skill. Likewise, it's the same as for Batilda. What I could do is hiring somebody to do this. If we can find a woman, we can put her in with with Barnum. It's just like the mechanics of the game. And I want to try and avoid putting anybody in with Matilda there, otherwise, well, yeah, she might run off with somebody more interesting at this stage. So it's a case of that'll sort of really scupper my plans, because part of the goal of the game is to actually have an heir, so that if you die, then it's a case of your dynasty continues. That's what it is. It's like medieval dynasty. It's called. I've got enough of those. Right. So I'm just trying to think what to do next. So I suppose, I mean, there's quests down in Denica, Borrower, and over in Gostovia. Actually, speaking of which, I suppose Alwyn wants a chat, doesn't he? Yeah, we can go and talk to Alwyn. Can't talk to Unigost yet. I mean, for the chapter, what we're supposed to be doing is hunting, but I'll need some thread. But I'm quite tempted to get something out of these quests, because you don't necessarily have to do work. You don't have to, like, you know, start gathering things. You don't have to necessarily do farming. You can actually get some experience through questing. Except I'm heading in the wrong. Oh, I am heading in the right direction. No, you can actually do quests, and then some of the quests, what they do is they'll give you back experience. So you might go off and do some sort of quest, and they might give you 10 experience in farming, for example. So there's that gives you a bit of another incentive to actually do the. What the heck was that? Oh, it's just the rabbits. Oh, that squeaky noise was the lynx. Yeah. Oh, that's a fox. They make a weird little noise, them. They're too cheerful, that's a trouble. Right, so let's see what this quest is. I mean, part of the problem, I'm not too bothered at the start of the season. I've got plenty of more time. And the funds are... Right, so let's see. We've got... Hold on a tick. I don't remember Os... Oh, okay, yeah, so we met Oswalder in the spring, but... Yeah, she's on, like, levels up to 2, so I'm really looking for somebody with better skills than her, to be honest. Now, there should be somebody here once a quest done. The only drawback is, if it's something we can't do, we could be in trouble, because it could cost us dynasty reputation. Because we've only got until the end of the season. Right, so let's see. Let's see if we can get any clue. Oh, okay. Alright, okay, you want an axe. Yeah, sure. You can have the one I've got, I think. I don't think I get anything for this other than probably... Oh yeah, so there you go. You we'll get 10 production technology, which is this. So that'll boost us. That'll take us up to about 90. Ooh, that's not too far off the sewing, but actually, there you go. You can have that one. Yeah, so there is an incentive to do these quests. You can see they're all over the place. It's going to take me forever to get up to there. I mean, Horniger will take for ages. Once we get a horse, things will speed up. Well, literally. But yeah, that's going to take quite a while. So I think what I'll do is... Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to head over to Gostov. Oh, actually, no. No, we're going to head over to... We need to find somebody who's good at crafting. Ideally a woman, because, as I say, if I put her, if I get a man and put her with her, it's a case of, yeah, they could end up getting married before before I can convince her to marry me. I mean, she's at 93% sort of affection, so I could potentially just ask her if she'll marry me. But so you never know. But I've got to wait till tomorrow. The only thing is, I must admit, if you do get married, I mean, you can have children. I want to see, because there's other things that they've brought into the actual gameplay with your spouse, because before you could do... I'm heading in the wrong direction, aren't I? Where am I? No, I'm not. Before you could do things like you could get her to heal you, you could get her to reset your points. You could also get, well, obviously you can have children, but there are other things you can get out of this, which is interesting. I think I'm trying to remember what they were, because it's just literally in the recent update that they've introduced these. So I'm quite interested to see what else, but we're obviously going to have to wait until tomorrow at the earliest opportunity. Oh, that was it. I remember one of the things you can do is you can get her to deal with the taxes, for example. Now that makes a lot of sense if you think about it, because we're over here, and I've got to keep going over to pay Unigost over there. Now, if I can get her to actually pay the taxes on my behalf, I don't know if she'll actually literally go all the way over there. That would make life a lot easier. Save me a lot of time, because there's a lot of time gets wasted having to go over there. I mean, there's a big incentive for building your village in this area, I must admit. But yes, let's see if we can find anybody who's any good at crafting, because if I can get somebody just working in the background to make things like those wicker baskets out of the sticks, for example, there's all sorts of things you can get people to make just through a crafting skill. Foobar Herbert. Oh, that's okay. He's only got level 1 anyway, so there's no real incentive. I've got two reasons not to hire him. Right. So let's try the next place then. Blanca. No. Oh! Extra. Oh. So you're level 3. Oh, level 3 excavator and level 3 at diplomacy. So yours is 2. So you were 3 in crafting, but. Okay, well, let's see. We'll test this out, because I'm still puzzling over how this recruitment process works. Because it's very much different to what it was before. Right, so if I say, do you want to join? I came to this journey. Do you want to join? See, I don't even have to persuade them. This is very strange. You used to have to get a high approval rating to convince them. Okay. She's 25. Actually, that's not actually too bad, because she's in a similar sort of age bracket to Barnum. I think he was 28. There's certain age ranges. So he's 26 actually. Yeah, there was 26 and 25. So that's quite a bit of good combo, because it means these two should be able to get married, and then they'll have children, which will help the village. Whereas me and Matilda, we're actually closer together. I think I'm. What am I, 19 or 18 now? Being here somewhere telling me how old I am. Yeah, somewhere in here it should tell me how old I am, but there's obviously an age gap. If the person you're trying to marry is 10 years older than you, for example, they won't be interested. Anyway, I need to get her to... Now the only option is to go into that one. So she'll be sharing the house with Barnum. Now she's good at crafting, in which case I'm going to put her into the workshop. Yeah, that's what we want. Now, if we go to, it says there's no food and no wood. Right, let's see. So if we go back to the workshop, if I have a look at that one, so that's mine. So we're 19. So we're the same age. That's okay, right? But Tilda's in that house, and Barnum and Volomera are both in this house. So as far as the... Did I put her in the woodshed? I thought I put her in the... Yeah, she's in the workshop. Yes, that's okay. Right, so she's in the workshop. So... Tools. It's not asking for any particular tools to do her job, but what I can do is I can actually get her to focus on that. Can I drag that across? No, I can't. Right, if I get her to focus on that for now. So all of these are locked. So we'd have to spend some money to get these unlocked. Now, wouldn't bowls come in useful later on? Because when we get a tavern, we can actually create food, but you need things like bowls to actually make them. So that'll come in useful later on. But it's things at this stage. I think I'm just going to get it to focus on creating these wicker baskets, I think. Because it's just sticks. We had a ton of those, and we're getting quite a bit of money, I must admit, out of those. So that'll be useful. So it needs 30 sticks. Let's have a look. So she could also do the smithy, for example. So, for example, I could get her to, I could move her between the workshop and the smithy. So there's tools, for example, I can get her to make while we're there, but they need... Yeah, some of them are going to need stone. But that's another way of keeping the village ticking over, is to have somebody focused on the smithy. So for now, I'll leave her to get on with that. Although I haven't said that. I mean, I don't really have much in the way of money, do I? Yeah, I only have very little money. I might babysit her to make sure she gets back, because otherwise it could take forever and a day. I don't need to recruit anybody anymore until I've convinced Matilda to move on and out of her house, because then she'll marry me, and it's a case of it frees up a house, and then we can think about other sort of things. I mean, I could do with a hunter, and that's what this chapter's about. Chapter 6. So chapter 6 is about going hunting. So we need a bow, but you need the thread to be able to do that, and that's something I'm going to have to buy. So I need to make more things, but out of curiosity, I think I'll just leave her for now. I'm going to head over in that direction, see what's there, but this place is going to be useful because this is a mine. And it's a case of what we can do later on is we can build a storage facility out here. If I build a food storage as well, I can build a house out here. And I can actually get somebody, well, once we've got a mine, I can actually get somebody to just keep mining this place instead of me doing it. And all of their resources end up in the storage. They'll have access to the food because it's like a shared storage facility. But there's all sorts in here. I mean, we'll be able to get access to copper, tin deposits. So both of those, when you combine, will give us the bronze. But yeah, you need quite a high technology level to be able to get that far. So we'll probably start off with just like the copper deposits, and then much further into the mine is where we start getting into iron, for example. I want to move on to the next city just to see if there's anybody of particular interest over there. That's not bad at all. Right, what sort of task do you want, mate? Ah, I don't have time. Don't have time to be doing hunting. So that's it. Oh, it's anyone wants a task. What can I help you with? Give me one. Yeah, sure. It's not a problem. I don't think I've got one with me, but I can always go and get one. I can always go and make one as well. They're pretty easy to make. Where the heck is Alvin? To highlight his task might be easy to find. Oh, he's literally inside the inn. Oh, conflict's going on. Yes, I remember this one. Yeah, little kids being annoying. Right, so I need to find him a stick. I need to find him... Ah, now that's actually quite handy, that. I've now got a bronze axe. So that should last longer. More durable. Because I need that to make a hammer. It saves me going all the way back to the village. That's better. Right, so I need some more sticks. Yeah, that should be enough. Right, so he wants a hammer. So let's solve that one. Actually, just out of curiosity, what do we get for that one? So there we get 75 building technology just for doing that. So that's definitely worthwhile. There you go. So production is now quite close as well. Now if we do, we're going to deliver a little stick. Try to convince this kid it's okay. So this is a sword. Is he inside? Nope. Oh, is he asleep? He might not wake up. Well, you can. Yeah, you're quite happy for me to wake him up. There you go. So it's a case I've got to persuade him to be a knight by giving him a stick so he can go around and pretend it's a sword. There you go. Right, so go and let's see what we get out of this. So with Alwyn, we'll get some flatbread. Well, that's quite handy because we are starting to starve. Well, I really need some food for the villagers. I mean, we do have Barnum who's gathering. I mean, I don't want to necessarily turn them all into vegetarians, but I don't know if they'll start complaining if you do. There you go. Right, so it's going to be the same. Wait for the next summer. Okay, that's a long time. Right, well it's late. Yeah, right, we better head back to the village then. Right then, so it's a new day. Big problem is food. I seriously need some food. Right, well, let's have a bit of a chat with Matilda first. So at 93%, so I wonder if we can chance it then. 93% affection? What do you think? Do you think she'll say yes? Let's see. Oh, so we've got to get it to 100. Okay, how about that one then? There we go. Ah, cool. So like it's saying, I mean, that's a new intro, but like it's saying, it's a case of, yeah, because of the nature of the game, the idea is if you get killed, that's it, the game's over. So it is kind of like a hardcore sort of thing. But what you can do in this game, which is quite interesting, I find, is you can have an heir. So it's a case of, yeah, your dynasty can survive. So I do like that idea. Now, the only thing is, well, so Sheila moved in with us, so that actually frees up a house. So if we go to the house and have a look at that house where we are at, you see we've got that's us. Our mood's at 0% for some strange reason. Then it's a case of Matilda there, so her mood's obviously going up. How's everybody else's doing? Just out of curiosity. So Bolomera's is going up because she's just got over to this place finally. So it seems like because we went over into a new day, it's kind of like giving her a shove to turn up here. Now, so she'll be working in the workshop, and she's living with Barnum, but we've now got a free house. So you see that one's showing 0 of 4. So these houses we've built, you can have up to 4 people. So that's two adults and 2 children. Which makes sense because I think there's like a double bed and 2 single beds, right? Okay. Right, so we've obviously got to wait for these to be ready to harvest in the autumn. But I'm really conscious of the lack of food over here. I mean, we're not doing too bad on the firewood. Incidentally, actually, what she's set to. Let's have a look. So if we go over to the woodshed, what's she focusing on? Oh, I just made some axes. Sure, I just made some axes. Ah, now sticks are paused, in which case I need to get her. I think I'll roll that back instead of focusing on planks. Do some as and when, but I really want her focusing on sticks. So if we can get her to collect the sticks, then it's a case of we'll be able to get some a lot more of these wicker baskets. Now, just notice actually I've got a boosted technology. That's because of that. So we can now make an actual sewing hut. So by doing that, we'll then be able to make our own like bags, for example. But obviously there's only so many things you can make. But then it's a case of, yeah, you've got to pay for other things. So I'm assuming she went for some food, but there should be some axes in here. I'm sure I made some axes. Oh, I did, I just didn't actually put them in here. Duh. That's no good. Right, there's an axe for her then. So she can focus on that. Now, actually, where's she gone? Because I want to see what she can offer now. Because before it was a case of she would reset your points, she would heal you. Now I'm curious. So, right, okay. So you know where you know where the missus is. There she is. So she shows up a lot easier now. Let's catch up with her and see what we can do this time. So Alright, okay, so yeah, so like you can see, you can get your talents rethought. So I could reset that. So, like for example, there's no point in me having that option for affection, for example. So reset the. Oh, you can do on each individual one. That's good. So we'll reset the diplomacy one. Thank you very much. That's not how she did it, but that's quite clever. Okay, so. All right. Okay, so we can get a gift. So presumably maybe things. So she's at the 40% mood. So I don't know if that's a way to boost our mood by getting our gifts, possibly. But the thing is, because of the nature of the game, like I said, it's kind of like a hardcore thing. So you can have a child, but the challenge is, I mean, once the child's born, she'll be out of a job and out of the workforce for about 2 years. So that's something to think in mind. Now, that's an interesting question we can ask. How's our little kingdom doing? Well, I'm Captain Husband. Okay, that's interesting. I've never heard of a superhero called Captain Husband. We're gonna ask her to do a favour. Oh, there you go. So you can ask her to go and pay the taxes for you. You could ask her to pay the debt off as well if you've got any debts to pay. You can even ask her to go and inform the herald, because there's the requests you get from the king. So there's a herald turns up, you can get a quest off them, and usually it's just a case of go and do something, but you then got to go all the way back. Where is it over? It's over down here at Horniger. So the thing it gets, you look at the distance travelled, so maybe, yeah, you could ask her potentially to go there. The only thing that bothers me though is I don't know what happens to NPCs, because that place, for example, is pretty dangerous because there's wolves out there. So I don't know what would happen to her. I'd feel a bit bad asking her to go all the way over there. I'm not so fussed going over to there because she can stick to the footpaths. But that's a bit of a dangerous place up there, because there's, I mean, I've been up there on the footpaths and I've been ambushed by wolves now and again. So I don't know if NPCs can get killed, but yeah, I think I'll be giving that a miss. I don't feel comfortable asking her to go there. Right. So all is well in the world at the moment. I don't have a hammer, or do I? Because I made one and then I sold one. So Barnum's busy. He's out there gathering berries, basically mushrooms, or whatever he can find. Bolomira here, she's going to be making a wicker basket, so I can leave her to get on with that. But I think what I might do... Oh, I've got a boost in skills as well. Well, because of my diplomacy. Oh yes, because we reset it, duh. Right, let's go. We'll go all out on that. Oh, like that. Ah, now I do like that. It's now, yes, I remember that. That was something that said they were introducing. You actually have to confirm that you want to use the skill. So that's good, that, because it's a case of, yeah, you might accidentally, put something into the wrong skill. So that's quite useful, that. Barter. Now, Diplomat, you'll get better Dynasty reputation points, which at this moment I'm not too fussed about. Barter seems good because we'll get better prices basically when we sell and when we buy. Then there's, let's see, Castellan. Okay, low demands, low taxes, slower mood reduction, Hand of the King. Oh, okay, you've got a chance of getting away without losing reputation if you fail the quest. Faster production. Okay. Well, anyway, so now that all 3 points are into there, we should start getting more points through diplomacy, although I'm kind of puzzled as to how to get it now, because there isn't an option, it seems, to boost, like, approval. So I'm scratching my head now. Empathy, revealing NPCs' personalities. Okay. No, that's interesting. Maybe that gives you a better idea of the sort of things to ask then. Right, one thing I do need to do though is I really need to get some food. Otherwise we're in deep duty. So I'm going to have to make some more. I'll have to make some more spears. I may as well cover some of this. I mean, part of that says make a bow. You've got to hunt deer, wolves, 2 wizened. I mean, you can do it with spears. I mean, that's for certain. It goes better if you've actually got a bow. Hence the reason why I'd suggest getting a bow. But at this moment in time, I can solve like 2 parts because I definitely need food. Now that was handy. Right, we've got a point in extraction. So that's maxed out. That's for getting our resources at least half up back. Force of nature, slow durability. So I've got to go with one of these too because of the tiers. Because to get into the next tier, we need to get one of these tiers. So I think I'll go with. I use the axe usually more than anything. So that opens up this tier, and then that one is going to be useful because that's going to give us better carry weight. Right then, so it's another day. I really need to be thinking about getting this, get myself an actual bow. Let's see, I mean, I'll just make some roasted meat before I set off. So, I mean, we can make them ourselves as long as we've got the thread. Because, I mean, spears are okay. I mean, I find them okay against like things like the boars and the, rabbits and what have you, but the deer run off pretty quickly. That can be a bit of a pain. So I think I'll go and have a look and see if I can find the actual cabin, because that's something I could actually do with is somebody who's actually a hunter, to be honest. Because we've got somebody who's gathering berries and mushrooms, but really could do with somebody who goes out there hunting for meat. But they're going to need a bow as well. And we haven't got it unlocked. So yeah, we need at least 2 linen thread, about 100 coins so we can unlock this. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to have a look to see how many wicker baskets she's made. One thing I am curious about, I mean, I've been putting these herbs into the actual food storage, but I don't know if they're of any benefit to these people. I don't know if they'll actually use any. It's like the St. John's wort, for example, that's useful for dealing with poisons. The broadleaf heals people, but I don't know if they necessarily need any. Anyhow. I think the only one downside with the NPCs is you can make things quicker than they can. See, I mean, literally all we've got is 8 wicker baskets. Unless she's run out of sticks. Yeah, there's plenty of sticks. So it's about 5, memory serves, yeah, it's 5. Each basket needs 5 sticks. So I think I'll make a load of baskets. It'll stop her doing her job, I must admit, but I'll at least be able to go off and sell these, get some money, and then I'll be able to either buy a bow, because I need, as I say, I could do with a hunter. Don't seem to be having to wait for this approval rating anymore now, in which case it's a lot easier to recruit people. I can't remember if I've seen anybody yet though. Right, so yeah, so she can't do anything while we're doing this. Ah, there you are. What point you went to? Right, so that gets us 360, so that's not bad. I don't know if she's actually selling what we're looking for though. There you go. So that's 150 for 2 of them. Oh, no, I don't want that many. That'll do. So that's not too bad. Right, so now I need to go off and make myself some bows, because as far as I recall, she's not a hunter. Yeah, Oswald's not a hunter. But at least now we've got the thread, so we can make our own bows. So if I can find another hunter, then we've got somebody who can start bringing in more meat for the village. That's not bad. Marald seems... I mean, I'm trying to think, because I mean, Marald, he's got 3, 4... like the hunting skill. He's also got the survival skill, so he could do both jobs in that particular hut we've got. So if we go over to the hunting lodge, so you can see he's got the skills for a hunter and for a gatherer. So that could be quite useful, actually. Yeah. We'll ask him to join us then. Oh, great. Right, so we'll set him to... he can have his own house. And we'll get him to work in the hunting lodge. So the only job left is literally hunting. Now the only drawback is he doesn't have a bow. So we're going to have to head back, get back before him, and make him a bow. And I also need myself a bow. Yeah, I thought as much. This is going to be the hardest part, is actually getting the arrows. Now, I must admit, I can't remember if the actual NPCs themselves need arrows, so I think what I'll do is I'll make the 2 bows. We'll see how he copes. In the meantime, while I'm heading over there, I may as well at least look for some stones, because the bows are no use to me without any arrows. I mean, the iron ones are really good, I must admit, because with those ones, it actually has a wounding effect. So if you like hit a deer, for example, with an iron arrow, they start to bleed out, and they start to really slow. So they are really good for that respect, right? Right, let's see if we've got enough for 2 of them. That's 1 for me. 1 for him. I couldn't quite remember the ratio of the feathers, sticks and stones, I must admit, but I definitely don't have enough stones. And I think you get packs of... So each one gets you... Actually, that's not too bad. That gets you 10. So we need more, so 10 to 10. Oh, okay. Well, I'll leave these in the main hut. And I'll spend a bit of time having a look for some stones, because I could do with a set myself. But I can see it's already getting late anyway. I don't know where he's at. He's way up there. So, I mean, you can literally sort of chaperone them back, and eventually they'll get here. Or you can just leave them to it, and they'll like when you roll over, if you go to bed, for example, at night, they'll show up the next morning. Yeah, it's much easier I find with a bow than it is with the wooden spears. Right, so there's there's one line down over there. Okay. Trouble is finding them and getting them back again. Is that good in the tree? So I've lost 2, which is not too bad. Right, what time is it? Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Right, well I think I'm just going to head back home. I mean, it doesn't look as though he's particularly interested. He may well just be stuck. In which case, he'll show up. Because I mean, tomorrow's a new season anyway. We'll be in, it'll be in autumn tomorrow. Right. Like I said, I'm just going to head back now. We'll get some sleep. Then we'll start another day. Hopefully, we'll get this chapter 6 finished then.